Hello, everyone. I am here today to talk about our launch tomorrow. We are launching 4 new products for the first time in years, which I will say is something I'm very proud of. We have such a full line. We've had so many bases covered for so long, but um, these are some things that I needed that I wanted to incorporate into my life and my routine. And that, of course, always means sharing with you guys. So, let's get into who these products are, why we're adding them to the line, and what they can offer you. Ooh, who to start with? Let's start with the skincare products because I know that's what you guys are the most excited about. So, for starters, I will start with the copper peptide plumping jelly. This is a really fun one. It's a really nice texture. Let's see if I can kind of show you guys here. It's very jelly-like. It's very water-like. I would say viscosity-wise, it's like a step up from water. If any of you have ever had a hyaluronic acid serum at home, it's very similar. This does contain hyaluronic acid as one of the ingredients, but the main ingredient here is the copper tripeptides. Copper tripeptides are incredible. They are very expensive, but very worth it in my opinion. We've been testing it out at home for about 3 months now, and I absolutely love it. I will say the first and number one thing that I notice about it is hydration. I have very dry skin and hair, which is interesting living in such a humid climate. So I use a lot of my serums. And I learned about a year or two ago that applying a toner, like our Daystar toner or a hydrosol at home, before applying your moisturizer is amazing. It helps lock in that moisture and it really levels up your moisturizer. But what I've really learned is that incorporating something like this, a liquid serum as opposed to an oil, is huge. Not everyone needs it. You don't have to do it. But if you are dry and if you are noticing that you're getting dehydration lines, these are a little different than wrinkles. I don't know if I'll be able to show you on here. Ooh, uh, how close? Okay, you might be able to see, but it's really hard. I have creases in my forehead. These are not wrinkles from aging, right? This is where your skin is dry and thirsty. It starts to form those lines more easily. So that was a big sign to me that my skin needed more hydration. Not to mention, if I were to continue that way, that's likely where my skin would wrinkle. So, if you need more hydration and if you are wanting some anti aging incorporated into your routine, this is an incredible product. I also, when we first started formulating this, I was really just excited to work with these ingredients. And then I was doing some research on pricing to see if there were any similar products out there. And there's a couple, and they are very expensive. They're almost $100. So, although this is a pricier product for us, it is in the lower 40s. It is very affordable for what's in it. Please believe me. Um, what else did I want to say about this? Let me just read the description. Copper tripeptides with hyaluronic acid instantly hydrate thirsty skin. This water based formula is the perfect delivery of botanicals and potent antioxidants. Amazing layered under a serum to seal in hydration, this jelly helps to improve your skin's overall elasticity, smoothness, and firmness by increasing collagen production. So that's a big one. Both of the new skincare items are going to help increase your skin's collagen levels. This is something that starts to decrease once you hit age 30. We just slowly produce less collagen, less hyaluronic acid, less of, quite a few things, hormones as well. So, what we can do to support our skin in slowing that process is replenish those levels, just like we do if we're really sweaty and we're sweating out a lot of our minerals. In the summer, we up our minerals by adding some drops to our water or drinking muddy root switchel concentrate, etc. So that's all that we're doing here. It's not a big campaign against never looking older, and not showing signs of aging. But there really is this, chemical thing happening in the background where our body stops producing as much of all these things that our brains, our mind, our hearts, our skin, everything has been used to your whole life. So it can make you feel better and more comfortable in your skin. Yeah, okay. So, how to use this? I did a little carousel on Instagram recently with all of our skincare recommendations for different skin ailments. And this was listed in there, as well as the Golden Sun Solid Serum, as well as instructions. So, how I've been using this and how I would recommend using this is after cleansing the skin, I like to mist. And I like to use our Daystar toner. If I have a floral water from my friend Damiana, I'll use that. You literally can use water. If you have leftover tea, that's a great way to repurpose it. Use it on your skin, because ingredients like hyaluronic acid and the copper tripeptides, they're going to hold on to that water and really like hydrate and plump the skin. So maybe buy a little spray bottle and refill it with your leftover tea that you would otherwise be pouring out in the sink. Anyways, cleanse, spritz, jelly, serum, or cream, whatever you prefer. I'm a serum person for life. I love our serums. So I cleanse with Earth to Face in a cloth. I spritz with Daystar toner. Then I'm incorporating the copper tripeptide jelly, followed by a serum. I have been using Sana exclusively for almost 2 years, and recently I've been using Idune Blue Tansy Serum, mostly because I just want to try our serums all the time to make sure I still absolutely love them. So I've been using Idune. Sometimes I use Parvati at night. I honestly love all of them. If you're not sure which one to pick, reference that post that I just mentioned a moment ago. Okay, how many minutes did I just dedicate to that? I got to speed this up a little bit. Moving on to the Golden Sun Solid Serum. This is a product that I have wanted to make for a long time because you all love our tallow products, especially the tallow butter, and we can't ship it after winter. That's the reason that it is a winter seasonal item, is because it is a whipped tallow butter. When you whip things, you're aerating them. So it's, light and fluffy and it melts into the skin. It's not greasy. And because of that, if it melts in the mail, you're not going to be very happy with what shows up at your door. It's not pretty. It's just not the way it's supposed to be. And it won't feel the same on your skin. So, anyways, I've been wanting to make a tallow based product that I can ship year round to you guys. And this is it. My problem was I didn't want it to be super firm, like the cooling pine tallow salve. That's not something you can apply all over your face or your body. I mean, you're welcome to. It's just that you would need a whole lot of it. So I didn't want something that was loaded with beeswax and really thick, and that's hard to do because it gets really hot and things get melty. So what we've done is we have used a bit of stearic acid, which is an amazing ingredient. It is natural, and a touch of beeswax, and we created the most divine texture and the smell. This is maybe one of my favorite smells of all time. It's very similar to Sunna, Maiden Polish, the Summer Sun tallow soap. Those are, I mean, everything I just listed, amazing pairs. And what they all have in common is these really fatty fruit seed oils. So, like pomegranate, rose hip, strawberry. I'm forgetting a big one. Sea buckthorn, which is continues to be my favorite. I think that is one of the sexiest skincare ingredients of all time. But what we've done in the solid serum is we've taken our serum, very similar to Sunna, and we've added CoQ10, another amazing, powerful ingredient, similar to collagen, similar to hyaluronic acid. CoQ10 is something that already exists in our bodies. So adding more of it as those levels are deplenishing is very helpful. Is deplenishing a word? I think I just mixed depleting and replenishing. Okay, so what's in this one? Elemi resin, delicious resin, and calendula. We infuse both of those into Seca Hills olive oil, sea buckthorn oil, pomegranate, pequi oil. Woo! That's another favorite. It's more like a butter. Amazing smell. It smells like an orange. It's a tropical nut fruit. It's like a nutty fruit. I think it's a fruit. Squalane, CoQ10, grass-fed tallow, stearic acid, which is a natural fatty acid, teeny tiny touch of essential oils to enhance the warm citrusy scent of the oils. Anytime we use essential oils in our products, I made a video about this last year. We are not using what you get in stores. We are not dumping essential oils into products. We are adding the littlest bit just to pull out that delicious scent, which is why this smells so goddamn good. Elemi resin smells so incredible. Calendula smells so incredible. And by adding just a touch, we really pull that out and it makes that what you smell instead of the oils and the butters. So, okay, let's get into the texture here. Really, really soft. Really soft. And if you have used our cramp butter, similarly, it just melts into the skin on contact. I mean, just delicious. And as soon as it's on your skin, it looks exactly like a serum would. Okay, so what does it do? This combination of botanical oils and butters is nothing short of luxurious, with benefits like environmental protection, reducing fine lines, minimizing scarring and discoloration, reducing inflammation, soothing dry, flaky skin conditions, increasing skin's elasticity, and giving an overall glow. This solid serum is for everyone. The addition of vitamin C and CoQ10 help increase collagen production, slowing signs of aging, can be used all over. So that's a lot of things, and they're seriously all true. This is a like powerhouse mixture of ingredients. Um, Shout out to Farai, who, when her son had cradle cap, a really bad case of cradle cap, she tried a lot of things, a lot of salves, a lot of oils, making stuff at home. And some of what's in here was the only thing that worked. And similarly, dry, cracked nipples from breastfeeding, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. These are similar conditions, which is there's a large amount of yeast, which is making it harder for them to heal and is why they take so long to clear up. I did a 3-part series in January on this exact subject. It's also on my YouTube if you don't want to dig through Instagram trying to find it. I think it's just called like skin stuff. And we talk a lot about yeast and how in those skin conditions, yeast is either present internally or externally. And it's hard to know which one until you experiment with some products. Um, why did I just go off into that? This will work so well for those skin conditions, especially if they are dry and flaky and inflamed. Really, really well. And you only need the tiniest bit. It immediately liquefies and turns and spreads and is so delicious. The stearic acid, that fatty ester, I mean, it just feels so silky on the skin. Everyone who has tried this has absolutely freaked out over it. We sent a sample size as a Patreon gift in a little teeny tiny, it wasn't even a half-ounce size tin. And people have told me it lasted them for so long. Everyone here on the team has tried it and has just, woo, it feels so nice. So when would I use this? Again, if you need to reference, it's in that Instagram post. This for face is going to be people who have extremely dehydrated skin and really need to up the hydration. And I hate to be someone who makes giant claims like this, but I work with someone very bougie, hello Clara, who has tried all the expensive TikTok trends like La Mer and La Roche-Posay and all those. None of those are as deeply hydrating as they say they are. And There's nothing wrong with water in skincare, like hydrosols, toners, the blue jelly, all amazing. But you're only going to get so far if you're just using a cream. It's just not the same. And we all love tallow for the same reason, which is that it is so bioidentical, so close to our skin's natural sebum that it just soaks right in, and you can feel the difference. It's so different. So deep hydration, or maybe you just absolutely love the feeling of tallow on your skin. Hello. Or you're in a household or just yourself that has all kinds of skin stuff. Yes. Moving on. My personal favorite, this is the one I'm the most excited about, the tonifying deodorant spray. So Dre, my photographer and close friend, mentioned that these two products were me flexing my chemistry side, which is very true. I love to experiment. I love merging like the simple, folky, natural world with the more complex chemistry, extract actives. It's super fun for me. So this deodorant is pretty wild. It's got glycolic acid, salicylic acid, lactic acid, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide. And it's pretty incredible. And I'm going to release them with these labels. The labels will be getting updated soon. However, the ingredients are correct on the listing. The first ingredient in here says water, and yes, that's true, but we actually use a tea that's infused with yarrow to just get some more of those antimicrobial properties in the pits, a little bit of hydrosol, and it actually doesn't say hyaluronic acid on here, and it is in there. Okay, so glycolic acid, salicylic acid, lactic acid, what do these do? They control bacteria. They kill and control bacteria. And what's so nice about that is that they're not just killing all the bad microbes, they are preventing them. And that's what makes this so effective. I told my patrons when I sent the gift out, which thank you, patrons. I'm always sampling things through you guys. Give it a week or two to accumulate and to really start working. The feedback that I got was that it works immediately, but after a week or so, it gets to where if you forget to put it on in the morning, you're not going to stink right away. Like you can kind of go longer. And I have hated all deodorants. In fact, I know so many of you loved our Juniper Ridge deodorant. I wasn't proud of it. I love the smell of Juniper Ridge. All of us herbalists are capable of making a similar deodorant with arrowroot and bentonite clay and magnesium. It's creamy, it's oily, it gets on stuff, and it just, yes, it works, but it doesn't work amazingly, in my opinion. So I just stopped making it because I wasn't excited by it. And I wanted to make something that I really liked and wanted to use. So I've been working on this for a long time. I use it every day. And I straight up don't smell anymore. It's pretty not healthy / impossible to not sweat. Our whole body sweats, right? But the difference is you're sweating, you don't smell that bad until you lift that armpit up or in here. And the reason is because sweating on your back, your arms, your legs, there's no friction happening. There's not this pocket, of skin on skin that harbors bacteria. That's, we have these crevices where that happens, and that is where the odor causing bacteria comes from. And so that's where this comes in, and it works incredibly well. So the reason I put this in a ginormous bottle, and I will eventually make smaller bottles for you guys, is because I want to encourage you to use it all over. This is one of those products that has a million uses. The front of it says tonifying deodorant spray. It's a toner. It's a deodorant. It's a clarifying scalp mist. It's everything. And that's true. How many of you have heard of AHAs and BHAs? And those are often in the form of a toner. That is what this is. And I have something on my arms called KP. It causes these little bumps that drive me nuts. One of the number one recommended things for that is glycolic acid. So when I get out of the shower, especially after exfoliating, I will spray this on my arms before moisturizing. And this, I mean, it's just amazing. It's awesome. And for your scalp, okay, so since we opened the store, y'all know I'm very passionate about psoriasis and eczema. People come in that have it on their scalps, and I will make them a custom scalp mist here in store. It takes me like 30 minutes, and it's so similar to this because the salicylic acid is like kind of constantly turning over skin cells, making sure that there's not just like these dead skin cells sitting there. And then you've got the glycolic and lactic acid that are helping to control that yeast or bacteria that can happen from smothering your scalp with product or synthetic conditioning agents, etc. So it's just awesome. It's not going to grease you down. You can use it before bed. You can use it in the morning before styling your hair. And I really can't wait to get feedback on that because I think that it will work so well. And then you have the vitamin E and the hyaluronic in there and glycerin that are going to help not just totally dry you out. Like this is a drying product, but it's not going to dehydrate you, right? So I am very proud of it. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I will be releasing another scent soon and a smaller size soon. Final product here, Wave Maker. This is one of those products that it's just been clear that we needed to make it for a long time, especially when we opened the store. Everybody loves a salt spray. Everybody wants a texturizing spray, including myself. I have really clean hair right now, and I don't often love that like soft, fluffy feeling. Some of you do, and that's okay. This probably isn't for you. Mane Tamer is more softening and conditioning and taming. This is for when you want to add texture to your hair. So honestly, I think this will work great for people with slightly less curly hair than me, people who want to enhance their waves, enhance their curls, or even straight fine hair where you just want it to be a little piecey, a little gritty. Not to say curly girls can't use it. I just think that that's going to end up being the clientele because it really does like force your hair to be awesome. It's just going to help bring out natural texture, give you some grit to work with without being overly drying. And you can really like, similar to a gel, how you can kind of crunch the cast out. This doesn't leave a cast unless you spray a whole lot of it. But if you aren't into it, you can either brush it out or just like use some root revival or any hair serum, rub it between the palm of your hands and just like squish on your hair and it's back to normal. So I love this product. We've been using this nonstop in our household for 3 months as well. So let's read what's in here. Botanical infusion of marshmallow root, rosemary hydrosol, magnesium sulfate, sea salt, aloe, glycerin, fermented sea kelp, hyaluronic acid, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, rosemary, sage, peppermint. So it's pretty baller. For when your hair needs a little zhuzhing, use it on damp or dry hair for effortless wave and texture. We've added fermented kelp and sea salt for that perfect mix of hydrated tussles with a touch of grit you only get from the ocean. Okay, I'm really excited to share these with you guys. I look forward to receiving your feedback, and I hope you love everything. These are annual products. They are not seasonal. They are here to stay. So if you miss out on them, they will be restocked.